Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What it is, what it do, my A1 family. Grand rising and happy new year to each and every last one of you. Hope everyone had a safe, what I'm saying, happy time last night. Not even gonna lie. I went to bed early. I wasn't trying to do anything. I wasn't trying to be in no one's clubs or anything like that. Plus, the Atlanta Falcons took a deflating L yesterday. And I'm here to talk about it just a little bit more, just a few new news and notes from yesterday's game, from my observation. And thank you guys for checking out the video. If this is your first time, please like, subscribe, help me get out there in the YouTube algorithm and universe so more people can know about Chris Tip Moore and A1 Forever Sports, the show that's cooler and fly too. Be right back at you in a minute.
A1. A1. Yeah, truly. Cooler and I'm flyer too. Jam. Cooler and I'm flyer too.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you again for checking me out, man. And again, this is your first time. Please like and subscribe so we can go ahead and continue to grow this channel to be the best that it can be. But I want to jump right into yesterday, man. I want to jump right into it. And there's a few things that just threw me off yesterday about yesterday's game. I want to start with the first drive. I want to start with the first drive. Atlanta, they had a chance to set the tone. We had a chance to set it, and honestly, Chicago gave you an opportunity to set the tone in the beginning. First couple plays, you know what I'm saying, was okay. I want to let everyone know that on that cutback for Bijan Robinson, now, Chicago and everyone else knows that your best runs are to the right side with Caleb McGarry, Chris Lindstrom, Storm Norton, whoever's on that right side. Regardless, it's always been a Arthur Smith thing for we're running to the right side. That's some of our best plays. Now, everyone knows that. We watch film. If you watch film, you're going to know that. The thing that I like about what Bajan did was he was able to stop, recognize that there was nothing going on this right side, able to make the cut back. Shout out to Kyle Pitts, Kadero Hodge for trying to make blocks for him. And that was all Bajan Robinson. And I appreciate him for that right there because that play was going nowhere. All right. Next play. And we've touched on this. We touched on it in the post game. Me, Smitty, Berto, and Twisted Torch. Shout out to all those fellas. And we touched on it. I mean, Kyle Pitts in that end zone, man. You didn't stretch your arms out. You didn't even try to make a play. Try to make a play. Try to draw a flag. Do something. But it's just, I feel like the ball was right there. And I'm pretty sure Kyle is a good competitor, and he should know that. Hey, look, on that particular pass, I could have gave a little bit more effort. At least that's just my opinion. Hopefully, he feels that way because he didn't lay out, and that hurt us tremendously that he did not lay out for that particular pass. Man, that touchdown right there would have definitely set the tone for Atlanta and actually put us in good position for the game as far as mojo goes, momentum going forward. Um, Next, I want to talk about this trick play. Now you lost 7 yards on that trick play. It was second down, which made it 3rd and 17 after the whole trick play didn't work. Now it was a questionable call, having Ritter and Heineke in at the same time. I'm blaming two people here, though. I'm blaming Arthur Smith first for the play call in the snow and, having a trick play of that design in the snow. How many times do you actually really work on that? And then I'm going to blame Bajan Robinson because just make it simple, big man. Catch the ball with two hands. Everything ain't got to be a highlight. I know you had that highlight when you caught it, what I'm saying, and just pretty much Allen Iverson juke somebody, got into the end zone. Wonderful. Everything doesn't have to be complex. Grab the ball with two hands, make sure it's secured, and then run the play. So I'm gonna put more on Bijan Robinson just because, yeah, Arthur Smith, I don't feel like you should have called that play right there, but I'm gonna put it more on Bijan Robinson for not being able to execute the play because Coach Smith not out there. You know what I'm saying? The players still have to execute, and in that particular time, even though I still don't like the play call, the play wasn't executed the proper way, and Bijan did not have two hands on the football. So that's something right there that has to be cleaned up. And rookie woes, it's be okay. Next, I'm gonna move on to Mr. Youngway for this 50-yarder. Now, the Falcons elected to take the ball first to try to kind of counter the win and whatnot, but the Chicago win is different. That when that wind be coming off of that water, it's different, man. They actually have different things in Atlanta. Like, for example, like your coat in Atlanta probably wouldn't even really do too much for you if you're going to Chicago. I think they got like special coats and everything because it's different. It's different in Chicago. You have Youngway Koo kick this 50-yard field goal in the snow and in the wind. And you see when he kick it, you know, it's on its way. And if you really just look at the ball started slowing down in the air and started losing altitude, and it was over with. I would have liked to execute it better so we didn't have to have Youngway kick that 50-yarder. Or call me crazy. Call me crazy. But I might have would have kicked a little chip shot punt. We right there on the 40-yard line. If you kick that punt, maybe get it to like the 10 or the 5, somewhere in that area, you give the Chicago Bears a long field. Instead, we kicked the field goal, didn't get it. Chicago is right there on the 40. That's not a lot of yardage that you have to travel to go for a touchdown or for points, period. So we already set ourselves back with not getting the touchdown, the trick play, the field goal, and now we have Chicago with great field position. No, excuse me, excellent field position to start a game, especially in the snow. Side note, I want to talk about Youngway Koo because Youngway Koo is a warrior. Youngway Koo is definitely a warrior. My own personal experience working with Fox Sports, being on the sidelines at some of these games, I can definitely tell you against the game against the Colts, Youngway was trying to kick and stay loose the whole entire game. And this was a dome setting. That means a heated setting. And Youngway was still trying to make his way and stay loose that entire game because he's been dealing with a back injury for over a month. He's been on and off the being questionable, on and off the injury list. And Youngway, they even signed another kicker and everything. But honestly, Youngway is such a warrior. He's going to go out there regardless and do his job. But he has been dealing with that. And you got to think about it. It was cold up there too. So whatever things that he had to do to try to stay loose in a warm facility, in a dome facility, man, it has to be amplified. Because when it's cold and you have an injury or you have something that's just not up to par, it's not strong enough, it's a little weaker than what it normally be, the cold is going to attack it. That's just like when it rains and some people hurts when it rains because of different things that happen to their body. So this is something else that you have to take an account for when you're thinking about Youngway missing field goals and blah, 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 blah. First of all, the elements, y'all, the elements. And then he's been having these injuries that he's been playing through. But moving on, because like I said, there's a few more news and notes, just my thoughts from yesterday's game. DJ Moore's big day. Whew. Boy, DJ Moore had him a day. DJ Moore had almost as many reception yards as Taylor Heineke had passing yards. Taylor Heineke had 163 on the passing yards. DJ Moore had 159, 9 catches for 159. I believe he had 13 targets. Now, Chicago started off their drive being very lucky at getting that false start to negate a Calais Campbell fumble recovery. You just seen it kind of like about to be a long day for the Falcons from what they were doing. And then next, little things that were just happening for the Chicago Bears that were going right for them. Now, the Bears, they used DJ Moore in the slot. Another reason why he had a big day. They put their number one receiver in the slot. It was something similar to when you think about it. Remember when Julio Jones had that 300-yard game against the Panthers? And a lot of times we were seeing Julio moving around, and a couple of times you used to see Julio where? Of course, you're going to see Julio on the outside. I mean, shoot, you can't guard him on the outside either, for real, unless you're doing blanketed coverage, and you still may have some trouble. But Julio was in the slot against the Panthers that game too. Now, I'm not saying the whole game, but he was in the slot. They put him in the slot. They moved Julio around. Basically, what I'm saying is your number one receiver was moved around and put him in the best situation as far as matchups go, because that's what it's about, matchups. And the thing about it is Chicago matched their number one up against, it's in the slot. So we're talking about Richie Grant. We're talking about Jesse Bates. And Jesse Bates is still the best safety in football, in my opinion. He just was going up against a better athlete. You had a lot of crossing routes staying away from A.J. Terrell mostly. But however, Moore wasn't touched a lot anyway. He was a free runner a lot of times, and you got to jam him. You got to beat him up. I'm talking to everybody, but in particular, I'm talking to A.J. Terrell. When you did get matched up against him, you got to put your hands on him. You can't let him be a free runner. I understand that you're great too. You are. A.J. Terrell is a great cornerback, but I would have loved to see him get a little bit more physical with DJ Moore, because like Smitty said, and shout out to my brother, DJ Moore, once he gets started, it's hard for him to slow him down. It's hard to stop him. And he illustrated that, guys. He showed us that. He showed it to us. Now, that over-the-shoulder catch, that was crazy catch, but it should have never happened, because if AJ jams him more at the line and gets his hand on him, AJ really didn't even get a hand on him until DJ was pretty much going past him. And he had that little over-the-shoulder. It was a great catch. I give it to him, but it should have never happened. That's just my personal opinion. 3rd and 9. The Falcons could not get off the field. That was a common thing in the beginning of the game too for the Falcons. Something out of the ordinary, not seeing the defense being able to get off the field. But you also got to give a shout out and a salute to Justin Fields, being able to run and pass and just, keep your defense honest, man. You got to account for them. 3rd and 9, Falcons couldn't get off the field. Justin Fields, he goes through progressions, something that we need down here in Atlanta. Not saying Justin Fields is the guy. I'm just saying someone who can go through their progressions and find the open man. That's something that every team loves. But Justin Fields was able to go through his progressions, and he made the check down. He made that check down, and nobody was there. The closest guy was Richie Grant. And if you go back and really just look at the field, when they had people going through the crossing routes again, Atlanta had to respect it, and it kind of froze some of the defenders. And it's just still, when you see a guy running by and then you see somebody over here by themselves, I don't know, maybe it just should be a read and react thing, and you just head toward that guy. I know it's more that goes into football than just that, but for a guy to be wide open on a check down like that on a 3rd and 9 when you had a chance to get off the field, it just hurts. And that 3rd and 9 turned into a 1st and goal. 1st and goal. 2 big catches. And all this I'm talking about is just still just happening in the first quarter. Beautiful throw by Justin Fields to DJ Moore for the touchdown against Jesse Bates. And I got to give Moore his credit, because if he shows his hands a little bit sooner, like he's going for the ball, Jesse can break that up. So it was like the ball was almost going past Jesse already before DJ just puts his hands up and catches the ball. It's hey man, that was a good play by DJ. That was using the old noodle, and shoot, man, really just tricking one of the best safeties in football. So now Atlanta, we had a lot of missed opportunities, drop passes, passes being behind people. Taylor Heineke, he did not have his best game, just to say the least. 3 turnovers, missing receivers. He missed Scotty Miller wide open. I believe he missed also Kyle Pitts wide open, Kadero Hodge wide open. Kadero Hodge, I'm also upset with him because you got to make that play. You got to catch that ball when they throwing it to you. You have to make that play, because it's critical, because that was a 3rd down too, I believe, and you had to punt after that. So you got to have those plays, man. This was a team loss, complete team loss. And like I said, Atlanta missed opportunities. I want to ask you guys a question. How does Drake London go from having 3 catches for 50 yards at 5 minutes left in the first quarter to finishing the game with 4 catches for 54 yards? All I'm saying is, Coach Smith, I'm talking to you now. Chicago was dogging your team with their number one, moving them around, putting him in the best possible, the best chances to have success against your defense. That's what was going on. Why did you not replicate that? Why did you not, give Drake London the ball? Drake has shown many times that he is a number one once he gets the opportunities. You just got to give it to him. Come on, family. You just got to give it to him. 3rd and 5, still in the first quarter. Coach Smith, you did not see the confusion. Did you not see the confusion with your 3 receivers and your quarterback? Like, how do you not call a timeout? If it's me, I'm calling a timeout, and I'm pulling everybody to the sideline, and we got to have a conversation. Because how in the heck does 3 of your receivers not know the play and no one stops it? Then the first read, it's Van Jefferson. Okay, cool. I can understand that because he was the free man running. But at the same time, no, player. No. Go ahead and call timeout to get the correct play. That was another 3rd down. And you go to Van Jefferson, but I want to see Jefferson lay out for the ball a little bit. It wasn't like Kyle Pitts, but I'm just saying, you're an athlete, man. Come on, give us some effort. I understand you want the ball perfectly placed and dropped into your hands, but sometimes you got to get out there and make a play. I would have liked to see Van Jefferson try to at least make an attempt to stretch out for that ball, because we needed it. And then what happens? Younghoe Koo misses his 2nd field goal. But come on, guys, when you see him kick the ball, you see the wind completely take the ball. That's why it hit the upright. That's why I hit the upright on the goalpost. So come on, man. Like, anybody should be able to see that. And that was a 43-yarder. 43 and a 50-yarder in the Chicago wind on the road. And it was snowing. But I do want to give a special shout out to Chris Lindstrom, one of the best guards in football, for getting out there and setting that block for Tyler Algier. And Algier was able to show that he has some sneaky wheels, because he got the heck on. And that is the longest play for Atlanta this year, that Tyler Algier 75-yard pass. Shout out to Algier, because the past couple of games he's been showing, actually the past 3-4 games, he's been showing that, hey, I still am a guy in this offense who can be productive. Just give me their opportunity. Just give me the opportunity. Atlanta has so many playmakers on this team, and I know it's been saying that maybe Arthur Smith doesn't know what to do with them. And if that's the case, then so be it. Let's get somebody who does, because too much talent on this team. Again, you've seen bad decisions by Taylor Heineke. You've seen Desmond Ridder. He come in and try to right the ship. I guess the game was over anyway. But even on his interception, The defense was able to get to him, hit his hand a little bit as he thrown, regardless, whether if it's good plays by the defense or bad plays by the offense. Regardless, it just seems like Ritter just couldn't catch a break because he was in the game when the fumble happens, even though he recovers and then he has a pick and everything is just not working out for him. And just like, golly, man, the man can't catch a break. But ultimately, I have to talk about this as well. It was a poll that, and shout out to her, Miss Toro McEhaney, for the Atlanta Falcons. She put out a poll, and 82% of the people want Desmond Ritter back as starter. And I mean, after seeing Taylor Heineke yesterday, someone who is a veteran out there making those kind of throws, and even though it's his first time against Chicago and the elements, it's still, he's a veteran quarterback. He was technically supposed to be our best chance yesterday to win that game compared to trying to put Desmond Ritter in. Oh, and I do want to mention something that remember that pass that Desmond Ritter tried against the Panthers? Well, in the beginning of the second quarter, Justin Fields completed and accomplished that same type of a pass that he was going, running, turn, set his feet, threw the ball, made it right to the receiver. I was like, dang, that's what Desmond wanted to do right there. That was what he was trying to accomplish right there, and it just did not work out. All right, guys. No, I ain't out of here just yet. We got a few more things for you. I want to let y'all know that for the Atlanta Falcons and Coach Arthur Smith, the Falcons will not have a winning record the entire time Coach Smith has been tendered in Atlanta. Regardless, the highest we can get is 8 wins, but it's still not going to be a winning record type season. Still going to be 8-9 at best, 7-10 for the third time at worst. In danger of having a third straight 7-10 season. 4 quarterbacks in 3 years. I mean, Matty, he was on his way out though. But you had Mariota, you got Heineke, you got Ritter. And for this offense, it's all been mid. Also, the Falcons have never won 3 games with Coach Arthur Smith. Never had a 3-game win streak. Got two. But never had a 3-game win streak. And it's going to be tougher for the Atlanta Falcons to now make the playoffs. Before I do get ready to get up out of here, I want to give you guys pretty much what the playoff picture looks like right now. Now, the 49ers, they got a bye. And the 49ers, they got a bye. The Falcons are still in the hunt. But now you have the Vikings, you have the Packers, you have the Rams, you have the Seahawks. You have all those teams who are pretty much in front of you. And you still have the Buccaneers, who are right now sitting in the division lead right now. So Seahawks, Saints, Vikings, Falcons are all still, in the playoff mix. It's 6 teams in the mix for 2 playoff spots here now. And of course, the Falcons, if they win against the Saints this Sunday, and somehow, some way, the Panthers beat the Bucs, the Falcons will still be NFC South champions. As crazy as it sounds. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And the Bears, I believe they were eliminated last night because the Packers took care of business. Yeah, the Bears were eliminated because the Packers took care of business last night against the Vikings. So now it's the Seahawks, the Vikings, the Packers, the Falcons, the Saints, and technically the Buccaneers, all vying for these spots. So it's going to be coming down to the wire, y'all. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. The Falcons now went from a 14% chance to a 10% chance to make the playoffs. So that's currently what we got going on here. I don't know, one more. Okay. All right. Last thing before I get ready to get up out of here. And thank you again if for anybody who took the time out to really just listen to this video, just more of me venting. And also, man, it's 2024. Me personally, I have a personal goal, and that is Chris Tipmore. We have to take our game to a new level. We have to take A1 Forever Sports to a new level. Regardless, sports is my first love, and it's something that I always want to talk about and do. But unfortunately, right now, it doesn't pay my bills. So right now for 2024, my goal is to make sports pay my bills, and so I can talk about it more, so I can be off of other people's jobs and make this my full-time job. It's grind time and it's growing season, not only for me, but for anybody around me. So if you around me, you conversate with me, or anything, man, we all got to go up. We all got to be going up, or it don't make no sense. Okay, that's just my whole thing. Anybody who is around me, anybody who I interact with, anyone who I'm friends with, family, anything, we all must go up, or it's no point of us being around each other. It's growing season 2024. And that should go for all our sports teams. That should go for all our ventures and everything, man. Be generational, because it's always time to be, and it's time for me to fully embody that even more and do the best that I can. Even when I'm tired, get in there and make a video. Even when I don't feel it, even when if I'm sad or whatever, get in there and let sports take care of you. That's my thing for 2024. But don't want to jump off too much of a off subject, because I do have this last thing for you guys. We have the updated draft order right now for the NFL. Number 1 draft pick, the Bears, via the Panthers, because they're 2-14. The Bears will still have the number 1 draft pick this year. Number 2 right now is the Washington Commanders at 4-12. Next, Patriots, number 3, 4-12. After them, we have number 4 at the Cardinals at 4-12. The Giants, who are 5-11, they rocking the number 5 spot. You also have the Chargers rocking the number 6 spot, because they're 5-11. Titans, same record, 5-11. They're holding down the 7th spot right now. The Jets are 6-10 and have the 8th selection. Falcons, 7-9 currently, and currently have the 9th overall selection. And the Bears, who just beat the Atlanta Falcons, are now their actual draft pick is now 10th, because they're 7-9. Again, you know the Bears have that pick from the Panthers because of who? DJ Moore. Yeah, they traded for him. Man, that's one reason why the Bears have that pick from the Panthers. And it looked great against us, unfortunately. 159, 9 catches. Justin Fields running for a touchdown, throwing for a touchdown, looking versatile out there. And if I'm the Bears, I'm not getting rid of Justin Fields. I'm about to get me some weapons. You have 2 draft picks, possibly get some weapons, possibly get that man another wide receiver, some more weapons, and then you just roll with Justin Fields, because he looks like he's progressing, and he looks like he is he's going to another level, possibly with the Chicago Bears. So if that works out for them, so be it. I know a lot of people like Justin Fields. Me personally, I think we should do some evaluation when the season really ends, and really just see what all options we have and see where we can go. I'm not big on the Russell Wilson thing. I understand what he's done and what he's doing, and I'm not arguing with anybody about his 26-8, some touchdown interception ratio and the things that he's been doing for him. But it's just me personally. I just would prefer to go in a different direction than a 30-year-old quarterback, and that even goes for Kirk Cousins and the rest of them. But possibly draft our own quarterback, man. Make your own way. Stop trying to get all these guys from different teams, unless that's the last resort. But yeah, man, that's the updated draft order right now. This has been the news and notes from the Falcons and the Bears. Just touching on a few things, getting a few thoughts out. And also, man, 10% chance of making the playoffs. Panthers, you have one job this week. Falcons, you have one job this week. Falcons win, Panthers win. That's so the Falcons can just get the NFC South, but we also have to take into account that a lot of our fans, we're just not impressed. So even if the Falcons do make the playoffs, it's a lot of fans that are not even excited about making it because it's a possible one and done. You just never know. But first things first, let's handle business Sunday and just see where the chips fall. Let's see where they lie. But until next time, y'all, thank y'all for coming through, man. Peace and blessings to you all. Happy New Year to you all. Be generational because it's always time to be. 2024, it is growing season. You know, don't settle for less because you can always have more with the vision. And until next time, come on back to the show that's Cooler and Flyer 2, A1 Forever Sports. Chris Tip Moore. Catch me tomorrow night. I will be with my brothers, Berto and Smitty, as we are the 95 North Sports Machine, and we will be pre-gaming and previewing the Falcons and the Aints. Round 2. So until next time, guys, again, peace and blessings to you all and Happy New Year, and I will holla.